The Goldwater Institute is suing Phoenix over a $97.4 million rebate that it's giving developers on the City North project. Now, that project involves 144 acres near the Loop 101 and 56th Street in Northeast Phoenix. Just so happens we have Darcy Olson, who is the president of the Goldwater Institute.
I mean, we had a call from somebody who is quite liberal who said, you know, I would spend money on anything except a mall.
Well, it's a test that has a great deal of credibility, and we've had 29 of these tests since the early 1990s, and they have consistently shown 29 out of 29 times that Arizona students score below the national average on any given subject. Sometimes not a lot below the national average, sometimes quite a bit below the national average. The discrepancy between the tests is large. In fourth grade math, Arizona scores fourth to the bottom. We're ahead of Alabama, Mississippi, and New Mexico, and yet the state's version of the Terra Nova test says that we're 10% above the national average. So both of these things can't be true.
Starlee Rhodes is with the Goldwater Institute, a research organization that studies government overspending. Rhodes says the system is being abused, arguing city workers are essentially being rewarded for being healthy.
What makes this particular policy most offensive is that it is the taxpayers who are picking up this tab. It costs 50% more to employ a government employee than a private sector employee.
What this case was all about was the right of individuals and nonprofit organizations to express views to their own representatives about what they thought was right or wrong, and it was made a criminal offense.
The bad news is, though, that there was no education reform, no tax reform, no entitlement reform, and that this budget is replete with earmarks. You know, in Washington, where they had the bridge to nowhere, now in Yuma, taxpayers are footing the bill for $1 million welcome center.
Entonces puedes durante los 17 años ahorrar, llegará a los $40,000.
Darcy Olson, the president and CEO of the Goldwater Institute, goes head-to-head with the president of the Media Guys, Bob Grossfeld.
What this bill was to close the public checkbook against these types of things that are meant to, quote, lure certain kinds of businesses.
But
it has never been the job of government. Only in the USSR is it the job of government to determine what business goes on what corner. So you and I do have a fundamental disagreement here. I would say that we should tax incentives are not the right idea, but lowering taxes across the board so that the 50,000 small businesses that are the backbone of Arizona can compete.
And maybe that's it for now.
All right.